Hi folks, today I can finally share what is likely going to be announced by Panasonic on May 13. I got some clear indication, at least from one trusted source and a second source, that I think could be right, shared some more details about this camera and also about the lens. And so we are going to have definitely an exciting announcement on May 13 from Panasonic. But before I talk about all of that, a quick reminder to first of all like this video to help me in the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. An Easter egg, folks, because I made this recording half an hour ago and I edited the video and started to upload it, and I started to prepare my backpack because I'm ready to mountain bike on those mountains there. And one trusted source added a wonderful additional info. So I will add this additional info at the end of this video. So watch all the video that you will see now, the original recording where I talk about this new camera. And then I will add you an Easter egg at the very end. Okay, folks? Today I got two rumors, one from a trusted source that shared correct Lumix info in the past, and one from a new source that matches the info from the trusted source but also added some additional specs that I think at this point are likely to be true, but still it's a new source. So we have to see if this gets confirmed the next hours and days after I post this video. Usually I get a feedback from sources. By the way, if you happen to know more about this May 13 announcement, you can contact me here. There's an anonymous contact box, or if you find anything on the web, everything is helpful. Thanks a lot. And now let's talk about this camera. So May 13, Panasonic will have a major announcement. This is 100% confirmed. By the way, many influencers have been invited at the special Panasonic press event in Lisbon. Today, a trusted source told me to expect a new S1 II. So not a S1 II, but a new S1 II. This is all what the trusted source told me. I think that within the next couple of hours, other trusted sources will confirm that this is indeed the case. So we're getting a new S1 II. And another second source shared some more details about this camera. But in this case, this is a new source. I think he's telling me the truth, but keep it in mind that I still need a confirmation about those specs. He wrote that Panasonic is set to release a new full-frame camera in mid-May, but it's not a cinema camera. It will be a successor of the S1 named S1 II. It will feature a 24 megapixel full-frame partial stacked sensor, very high-speed continuous shootings at 50 frames per second, and uncropped 4K 60p recording. It will not include an electronic ND filter. So now let's break down the specs that I just read. So if those specs are true, what it means is that the S1 II will use the same 24 megapixel partially stacked sensor from the Nikon Z6 III, a camera that was announced a couple of months ago. And this camera uses this new Sony sensor. It's a Sony sensor, and basically every manufacturer can buy a stock of those sensors, so it's definitely possible that Panasonic can do this. And why isn't this sensor fully stacked? Fully stacked sensors are expensive. A partially stacked sensor is more affordable and can achieve some aspects like speed of the fully stacked sensors. And in the case of the Nikon Z6 III, the Nikon Z6 III shoots 20 frames per second in RAW and 60 frames per second in JPEG. The source only wrote that it can shoot the S1 II, the Lumix S1 II can shoot 50 frames per second. I suspect he means JPEG and not RAW, but I hope that sources can tell me more about this if the specs are true. Maybe they can also share some additional detail. It shoots uncropped 4K 60p, and from what I heard also from another trusted source, this camera definitely can do more video than the S1R2. He just told me to think about a camera that is even better than the S5 IIX when it comes to video. So the S1 II would have great video capability. Now we don't have more detailed specs yet that we can share, but hopefully down the road I can get something more. It doesn't have the electronic ND filter, something that was rumored because some influencers did share info about an upcoming camera having an electronic ND filter, but indeed this seems to be for a new DJI Mavic or Mavic drone camera, and not for this new Lumix S1 II. And another info that the source shared is that we will also get the standard zoom lens that we saw on the roadmap. On the Japanese roadmap, you can see that this lens is a sort of 20 to 60 millimeter lens. It has a very large aperture. That's what Panasonic writes. I don't know if it means that it has 2.8 or 2.0. Would be nice to get something like a 2860 2.0 or a 2460 millimeter 2.0, 2.8. I don't know. I hope that in that case, I will get some specs soon. But if all those rumors are right, then on May 13, we're getting a S1 II and a new standard fast aperture zoom lens. So here is the insert with the Easter egg, because all I said before is likely to be correct. So we are getting the S1 II, probably with the 24 megapixel stock sensor. But the very trusted source added an additional info that I will share right now. Basically, he said there are two versions of the S1 II. The S1 II probably, as I told you before, with those specs is likely to be true, but there will be also a second version. I don't know if this means we're getting a S1 IIX, so with more advanced video features. That's a speculation, but the source clearly said there will be two versions of the S1 II. Quite confusing, I know, but he's a trusted source. So hopefully again in the next hours I can tell you, not next hours because now I'm really off, but tomorrow I can tell you clearly what he meant with this, and other sources will probably tell me more about this. But this was the Easter egg before I leave for my mountain bike trip. Okay folks, see you soon. I hope that in the next days I can get the specs about all of that so that you know ahead of time what Lumix will announce on May 13. By the way, on May 13 you should be live on elrumors.com where I do the live blogging. That's about it for now. Again, a reminder that you can contact me here if you have more info, not only about Panasonic, but there is also other announcements coming from other companies like Sigma, Hasselblad and Sony. And about Sony, one more teaser, because I know many people here are also Sony E-mount shooters. I just got a 100% solid confirmation about another exciting announcement coming very soon. So really very soon. After the Panasonic announcement, we will have a Sony announcement. And about that, I will make a separate video, if possible tomorrow or after tomorrow, so that I can spill out some details about what to expect. But yeah, we are going to have quite an exciting month. So Panasonic will have the first announcement. Sony will follow. Hasselblad should announce the X2D2 and Sigma will announce the 200mm 2.0. I didn't hear yet anything about Tamron Nikon Canon announcement coming this month in May. So today is still April 30, but in May, I don't know if there will be some major announcement from them. Hopefully other sources will tell me more soon about this. But finally, let's see that Panasonic announcement. Let's see that camera. Let me know in the comment system what you think about the S1 II. Personally, I'm a bit surprised. We are getting probably a S1 II. Yeah, of course, the S1H2 would have been a cool camera to get for the filmmakers. I also think there are other cameras they should make, like for example, sort of S9 but with integrated EVF. That would be nice. This was it for today. Now I'm off. It is a sunny day and I have a mountain bike tour to do and also a late afternoon beer with friends. So when I'm back, I will read your comments and see if you like the possibility of getting this S1 II with those specs, if the specs are confirmed, again, reminder. Or if you hope to get something else. I'm personally also excited about the standard zoom lens. I hope it's a fast 2.0 lens. That this would be quite exciting, don't you think? Okay folks, see you soon.